let's look at how to execute a one-day sales plan. How to execute a one-day sales plan. How to execute a one-day sales plan. Good evening, everybody. So welcome to how to execute a one-day sales plan. If you can hear me, please say yes, I can hear you. If you can hear me, please say yes, I can hear you. Let me know that you can all hear me. Can you hear me, please? If you can hear me, say yes, I can hear you. All right, so you can all hear me, and let me get into the content for the day. You know, I've been thinking about something for the most part of today. And what I've been meditating on for the most part of today is you don't get successful in a day. You get successful daily. To the point that I forgot what I bought. I'm just telling you, I'm saying it for the first time. My wife is even hearing me right now. I went to Tesco to buy, I bought bread. I bought bread. Patience, how are you, darling? I bought bread in Tesco today. And I bought some, I bought tea and I bought unsalted butter. I was thinking about what I was thinking about, love. And then I forgot the thing when I came down from the bus. But here's what I was thinking about today. I've been meditating on this line. You do not get successful in a day. You get successful daily. You don't win in a day. You win daily. Just think about it. Think about it. You don't succeed in a day. You succeed daily. So if you think about it, this thing that you want to call hammer, it is a daily thing. That means today, how you work out this moment is as important as your 2024 goal. If you execute today right, you execute tomorrow right, you begin to build a block that will help you become successful. I'm telling you, it's a daily work. So how do you execute a one-day sales plan? It's very interesting. Number one, you start your day with an intention. I start my day with an intention. And the intention for the day is the things you want to get done on that day. The top 5 priorities. I use an app called TickTick to plan my day. TickTick is one of the best apps for time and self-management that I've encountered on the internet. I pay like $34 for TickTick for the whole year. I use 2 apps, TickTick and Day One. So you write down the top 5, 8, 6 things you want to get done for that day. Just write it down, the things you want to get done for that day. Now, I found out something in the past. When you write your to-do list, if you don't revisit that to-do list in the course of the day, you'll be off track. I don't know if you have ever had that before. You wrote your to-do list, but you did the opposite of that. You didn't follow it. Because you were not accountable to the to-do list. Remember, look at the word to-do. That means the things that you are to do on that day. Every other thing really is a distraction for that day. So you write down your to-do list. You see? Somebody said to me, I want to repeat this statement I made again earlier. You don't get successful in a year. You get successful daily. I've been thinking about that quote for the most part of this evening, to the point that I was in a bus today. I forgot what I bought. I was meditating on those words. You get successful daily, not in a day. So what you do right now is what will determine what happens tomorrow and the next. So you start your day with an intention. You write down the things you want to get done. I use an app called TickTick. TickTick. I pay to use it. I start my day by writing down the things I'm to do for that day. One of the things is I'll write it down. But I found out something. When you write down your to-do list and you don't visit it in the course of the day, you will be doing the opposite of the to-do list. Let the to-do list be like your guide for that day. And then you'll be ticking the things that you got done for that day. If you use TickTick, you hear a bang, complete, bang, complete, bang, complete. There is a satisfaction that comes knowing that you have done all these things for that day. And think about it. Wouldn't it be nice if at the end of the week or at the end of the month, you revisit that your to-do list, you see what was your priority for that day? You get successful in a day. You don't get successful in a day, you get successful daily. It's daily, the daily action. You go back, the thing you have done, you tick it. The one you have achieved, you tick it. The one you need to make an adjustment upon, you make the adjustment. You don't get successful in a day, you get successful daily. Did you get that? Good. The next step on how to execute a one-day sales plan. You now write down the people, the companies that you want to make an outreach to. Because the thing about sales is that without any level of outreach, there cannot be any inreach. It's called the physics of sales. If you don't put something out, most likely nothing will come in. That's the truth. If you don't put something out, most likely nothing will come in. Because you are not waiting for luck to patronize you. You are, as it were, triggering situations and circumstances for luck to find you. If there is no outreach, thank you, Susan, there is no inreach. So from Happy New Year Tuesday to today, I can tell you, I've been making at the average between 5 to 8 sales calls every single day. That's a level of outreach. And then not talk of the DMs I send. Not talk of the WhatsApp messages I send. It's a level of outreach. If there is no outreach, it'll be difficult for the inreach to come through. You understand me? You understand me? So figure out a way of doing outreach. It's like sowing and reaping. The Bible says, God will not be mocked. Whatsoever a man or a woman sows, so shall he or he reap. If you don't sow the sales calls, if you don't sow the DM, if you don't sow the WhatsApp message, if you don't sow the email, if you don't sow the content, it will be very difficult to have a harvest of sales. Dr. Daniel Moses, Happy New Year to you, my brother. Well done. Everybody say hello to Dr. Daniel Moses. Follow him. He's a great entrepreneur, multi-millionaire here in the UK. So can I go on? Yeah? Charles. King Africana, Charles, my brother. Well done, bro. Yes, so it is the thing. Again, let me go back to the thing I've been thinking about. That you don't get successful in a day. You get successful daily. That's been the quote that I've been thinking about all day today. You don't close big sales in a day. You close big sales with the daily activities that you take. Now think about it. If there is no outreach, there cannot be any level of inreach. It's physics. There's a physics to it. If you see smoke, there must be fire. All right? So, once you understand this physics of sales, you want to say to yourself, how do I ensure that there's a level of outreach every single day? I designed a sales software myself. Very simple one. So, I make between 5 to 10 sales calls every day. Since Tuesday this year, this is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I've made the minimum of 10 sales calls this week, which is 30. I've closed a software company. I've closed a real estate company. I've closed a company here in the UK. Why? Because in the average of 30 sales calls, if I can close 3% of that, that will be a good thing. It's still the mathematics of sales. Now, when I make these 10 sales calls every day, because when you call somebody on a sales call, 9 times out of 10, there is always a next step after every sales call. Dr. Nia Adesanya, good evening, sir. There is always a next sales step after every sales call. Every sales call ends with the next step. The next step could be call me tomorrow, send me a documentation and all that. 9 times out of 10, the average entrepreneur, they don't document that next step. Most of you watching me right now, you don't have a document for your next step. But I have mine here in my screen, looking at me right now. So when you call the client, you have a place to pick up the conversation where you left off. Did you get that now? You have a place to pick up the conversation where you left off the conversation. This makes you a conscientious person. Because one of the traits of a successful salesperson is self-organization and conscientiousness. Did you get that? So you can use an app like TickTick, TICTIC. I think I pay like $34 to use TickTick for the whole year. And I calendar all of my sales activities for TickTick. So if you call me now to come and do a training for you, I will check my calendar first before I tell you a yes or a no. If I just tell you yes like that, there may be a disaster somewhere. Because that may be taking somebody's time. That is how you execute a one-day sales plan. You write down the number of calls. You have to discipline yourself to say, if you say you want to make 10 outbound calls, you make those 10 outbound calls. It builds character in you. It builds character and discipline in you. You say you are going to make 5 sales calls, you make 3 and you are distracted by the internet, then I question your desire to smash the targets that you say you set for yourself. Did you get that? You write down the to-do list, you write down the number of sales calls you are going to make in that day, and you lock your attention until you get it done. It's called a micro focus. Then when you do that, in the course of the day, you must always be referring back to your to-do list. The purpose of your to-do list is not a mental dustbin. You don't write your to-do list because you dumped something in your mental dustbin. No. The purpose of your to-do list is a navigational system to guide you in the course of the day to determine the opportunities that you should say yes to or you should say no to. Am I talking to somebody? So on the course of the day, you have to be ticking this thing. And there's a cognitive advantage and a cognitive high that you will get knowing that of the 10 things you said you want to get done in a day, you have done at least 5 of your top priorities. There is a sense of fulfillment and happiness in your soul that you derive from that. It puts you in an empowering state. Did you get that? Next, remember I said there's no outreach, there cannot be any inreach. So you say, what other outreach do I need to do? How many DMs are you going to send? Now, whether the people buy from you or respond to you, it's another conversation entirely. The important part of this is that you do your outreach activities. If part of your outreach activities is to send a DM, please do. I did a sales training for a big real estate company in Bromley in London called Rehoboth. Massive real estate company in Bromley in the United Kingdom. Big things that they're doing. It was a DM. It was an email. It was a DM. It was an email. Did you get that? It's the outreach. And it wasn't the first time I outreached the client that the client gave me an opportunity. It wasn't the first time. It wasn't the second time. So what is your outreach agenda for the day? Remember, if there is no outreach, there cannot be any inreach. Did you get that? Great. Next, you want to use some level of software to track your activities. This is where I come in. I designed a little software that I use to track my sales activity. And if I don't finish those sales calls, I don't do nothing else. And you're going to get that my sales software for free if you sign up for my 4-hour sales class taking place on the 18th of February called How to Smash Your 2024 Sales Targets. How many of you would like to register for that training? Say I. It's a 4-hour training on how to achieve your sales target. I will show you how to organize a perfect day plan for your sales, how to handle sales objections, how to 10x your outreach activities so that your inreach will be much. The class is 60,000 naira to be in the class. Who would like to attend that training? Say I. If you're not interested, don't say I. If you're not interested, don't say I, because the class will be sold out. Who would like to attend that training? Say I. Who would like to pay right now for the training? Not attend. Who will say, Coach, I want to pay right now for that training? And you can pay twice if you don't have the 60,000 naira. You can pay twice. Say, Coach, I want to lock my seat in that training. Here's 30K for you right now. Send me your account number. If you send me a DM now and say, Coach, I want to pay right now, but I don't want to use my card. I want to do a direct transfer. Send me a DM. I'll sort you out. But you can also use your card by clicking on the link on my Instagram bio right now and paying for it. Who else would like to attend that training? Say I. Any questions, please? No, Jessica, it's only for those who really want to come. Not for those who just feel like it. Those who truly want to come. Only for those who want to come. Not that you say I and then you won't pay. Because the only thing that proves that something is important to a person is the actions that they take. Alright? Alright, so what do you learn tonight? Who else wants to attend the training? Say I. Any other person? What did you learn tonight? All right. So that brings me to the end of the training. I would like for you to attend our next training coming up in February the 18th, called How to Achieve Your Sales Target. Who wants to attend that training right now? Say I. Right? Any questions, please? Any questions, please? What have you learned? Any questions, please? Yeah. You guys learned a lot. Very good. Yes, it's online, Charles. It's an online class. Live online. Live. I'll be live online on Zoom. Yes, I'll be live on Zoom. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much for coming, everybody. I'll see you in class.